Carol here from Tiny Space Help. Today we're going to do some easy version of planks. Okay, so don't be scared. We're going to just not do the really hard ones, just some side ones, some flat ones, a little bit of a Pilates one that might actually sort of, yeah. Anyway, let's get to it. Alright, so we're going to start down here, come down on the floor. What are we going to start with? Easy version. Okay, the most simple version of a plank, where we're not actually going to even lift up into a plank here. We're just going to start here, and I'd like to cross my hands here, and you just lift yourself up. And all you're going to do is feel like you've got an ice cube under your belly button. You lift your belly button up. So I'm actually, I don't know, can't really see with this big floppy shirt, but anyway, I'm lifting up my tummy off the mat, and my hips are staying down. So I'm actually really working my core here, and trying to keep my spine in one straight line. Feet are flat down on the ground. Coming back down to the floor. Come back down. So that's our starting position, obviously, right down on the floor. Alright, so I'm going to push up, grab my hands here. Now if I just stay here, I can just sort of stay here, and that's just like a little back stretch. But if I suck in my belly button, pull it in, tuck it in, ice cube, pulling it in, I'm doing my little plank, my little assisted plank here. So, this is where I tell my clients to sort of start when they do planks, because sometimes it's a little bit too hard to be on the knees. But this is fine, just really pull it in, keep that in. Pulling, as if you're trying to pull your belly button right towards your spine. Okay, and then just relaxing down, back down to the floor. Okay, that's your level 1, and then your next level is, we're going here again. I like to clasp my hands. I'm in this position already to start. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to come up onto my knees, and I like to cross my legs. That's just how I do it, but you don't have to. And I'm trying to keep my spine in one straight line as I'm doing this, all right? So I'm still sucking my belly button in towards my spine, like tucking it in. But I don't want to be here, okay? That's not good. You want your bottom to be down and be in one line. So hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Coming back down. Okay, just come down for a second. Just lie down on the floor, have a little rest. So if you're doing that one, yeah, we're not doing it very long. I haven't got a stopwatch or anything here, but we're just going a little amount, okay? A little amount of time. So as you get better, you obviously increase the time. Here we go. Second one. Ready? Elbows tucked in. Here. Keeping more weight on my elbows. My hands are clasped. My knees. Obviously make sure you're on something soft on the floor. If not, grab some towels, stick them under your knees, because you're going to put a bit of weight on your knees. Okay, so here we go. We're going to push up, and we hold it. I like to do this with my feet, but whatever you like. And notice my bottom is staying down, okay? I'm not going here. I'm keeping it down, keeping the spine in one straight line. Also, I'm not trying to go here or here. I try to keep my eye gaze almost down towards my fingers, or a little bit ahead possibly when I'm in this position, maybe a foot ahead. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So, hopefully, what do you think? We do 3? I think we should do 3. Have a little break for a sec. Just lie down for a sec. Have a little break. Shake the legs out. Whatever you need to do. Okay. Third one. Here we go. Not long. Okay, here we go. Lift it up. Push up. Hold the bottom down. Don't let it lift up. Ice cube. Pulling under that belly button. Sucking it back into your spine. holding it there. So you might find that a little bit hard on your arms. If you do, come down to the first level, hold it, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back down. Okay, so we go a counter stretch. Always like to stretch out the other way, so push yourself up, come back to a child's pose, sit back, just stretching out the back now. So basically that's the level before people go onto their toes. Right. Don't ever feel pressured that you have to go on the toes or anything like that. It's always best to get the form right first. Increase the amount of time that you do in that position before you go onto the toes. Because one of the worst things you can do is you be on your toes and your bottom's up in the air. You're not really doing very much then for the core. Anyway, too much talking. Alright, so let's do some side ones. Here's a Pilates side balance, but this is actually, I find it's actually quite good as a balance, but it's also really good to work your core. And it's nice and easy, and it's quite safe, alright, as long as you don't go flying around the room, which you shouldn't. Stay nice and long in the body, here. Alright, so my hips are stacked on top of one another and my body's one straight line. I'm using this for balance, so you might want to do that as well. Use this front hand for balance, and I've got this one out long so my head's down. From here, I'm going to lift those legs up, okay, and that sort of helps. It's sort of a little, it's a plank, but it's a little bit assisted plank here because your body's mainly on the ground. But if you want to make it harder, you lift your head up a bit. Right? If you want to make it harder, pull this hand in here so you've got less things keeping your balance, okay? But it is a plank of a form, so it's a side plank. And then if you want to make that even harder, you lift this hand up and put it at your side. But just be careful you haven't got anything behind you, you might just roll backwards. But yeah, worth to give it a shot. And try squeezing. This is also working the glutes a little bit, working your inner thighs, pushing those legs away, keeping that balance, and then come back down. Okay, so you didn't have to put the hands down at the side, but if you want to give it a try, just have a little rest here for a second before we do a second one. Yeah, because sometimes coming up, you see people doing, side planks on their elbows or on their arms and legs in the air. We start easy, okay? We don't do those straight away. We try to just work our way up. Or even just stay with these, because I really like these ones. Okay, so we're good. Hand here for balance, arm long, body nice and long and straight. Point those toes, push them away towards the wall. Okay, legs raise up. So raise them up off the ground. That's your first position. You can stay here. Or we lift the head up a little bit, or we go here for less balance. If you need more balance, have that hand down. Okay, stay there if you can. And then it's like, okay, you got it. Cool. Okay, arm comes down. See if you can hold it. Lift those legs, keep those legs up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold them up. Keep that balance. Hold the balance. How you going? This one, 3, hold it up, 2, and 1. Excellent work. Okay, so that's our nice easy side balance. Well, not easy. It's not that easy. It's a balance. It's just not crazy hard, but it's still a balance. And a lot of people do have problems with that. So if you fall backwards, don't feel bad, all right? Because I do half the time too. Alright, so your other version of a side plank is knees are here at the side, stacked on top of one another. Alright, elbow here, down on the floor. And from here, you can actually do an easier version from here. Sorry, I forgot about that. You can actually just go suck in the belly and stay here. But lift your chest, open your chest, and just pull in, suck in through the belly. And you can keep your hip on the floor, and you're doing a version of a side plank. So if you find this too hard to lift up here, come back down to this level, okay? And just, as if, don't collapse, just lift your bodies. If you're lifting it up towards the ceiling, but your hip's still here, that's a goodie. Now, if you want to make it harder, you lift up on the knees, okay? This hand can be anywhere. I like to do this arm up, but, or the side, up, better. So you lift your hips up towards the ceiling. That's what we're doing. 3, 2, and 1, back down. Okay, didn't stay there long, I just wanted to show you. So a couple of different versions there of the side plank for beginners. So remember, I'll just go through them again, then we'll do the other side so we even up. So remember, you've got the Pilates one down here on the floor with the legs lifted. Okay, there, or there, or there. Yeah, so remember you've got that one. Then you've also got up here on the elbow, the second one we did, knees here, and just lift it. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with doing that one, and that can be your side plank for a little while until we work up to this one. Hips up and arm. Yeah? Good. So, side planks. But we've got to even it up. We can't just do one side, because you're doing this with me, aren't you? Yes. Yes, you are. Alright, so we're going to go the other side. So lying down, we're going to do the Pilates one first. So legs are long, hips are stacked. Arms at the front here. This is a balance as well, which is wonderful. Okay, it's good to get balances in anytime we can. So lifting the legs up, squeezing the glutes and holding the legs there, and then we see how we go. Do we want to make it harder? Do we lift the head up? Do we do this and give ourselves less area to balance on? Do we pull, keep that there? Oh, I'm a bit wobbly. Or do we go here? Or do we, sometimes in classes I go, oh, you can do this if you want to. It really isn't any different from this, but it just sort of looks a bit cooler, doesn't it? Especially if I've got this hand here. That looks quite cool. And we try to keep the balance. 3, 2, and 1, and come back down. So, because we did that a few times on the other side, we're going to do that again. So just find your level that you want to be at, okay? Okay, bit of a rest. That's enough of a rest. Okay, so position, hips stacked, arm long, hand here, lift the legs, squeeze to start off with. You can stay there. Absolutely nothing wrong with staying here. Okay, we're here, or we're here, or we're here, or here, wherever. And open the chest. Try to keep your balance. Keep those legs up. Really focus on keeping the legs up, because quite often they'll just fall down. Keep them up. Hold it. Squeeze. Really good for the glutes. Really good for the core. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, second lot. Remember what we did the second one? We came up here, and we had the knees there, and we just lifted. Lift. So remember, you can stay here, lifted, or if you want, you can come up on the knees, here, and arm up. Whatever you want to do. I'm going to stay here for a bit. Okay, so just for, I've actually got a little stopwatch here. I'm going to go for a few more seconds, 5 more seconds. Hold. Lifting, 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 lifting. And now just relax. Just relax for a minute. We don't need to go back on the floor. You've sort of got this, haven't you? Yes. Yes, you have. Alright, so we're going to go second one. We're just going to second one. Here we go. Ready? Lifting up. Pulling in the belly button. Just lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Lifting the chest, staying open. Remember, you can be there. Up there for 10 more seconds. Can you do it? I think you can. I'm coming back down here because I'm feeling that today for me. Lifting, lifting, lifting. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, coming back down towards the floor. Okay, we're just going to have a little stretch out. Stretch, 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 nice and long. And there's just a couple of different planks you can do. Okay, so don't feel like you might see people in the gym doing on the toes, or like 1 foot and 1 arm. Don't ever feel like you have to do that. Just do what is right for you. And just start nice and easy. And yeah. And just do what is right for you. Now, 1 more stretch, big stretch. Stretching out the toes, stretching out the fingers, making yourself 2 inches taller. I like to say that. Okay, and then just relax. Good. And now just going to tuck the knees in, so do a little counter stretch here and just roll around on your spine. Because always just try to chuck a couple of stretches in at the end as well when you work. Always, always, always. So hopefully you enjoyed those. Or maybe if you didn't enjoy them, at least you were like, oh yeah, I could do that, and that's good, okay? I can't say I enjoy planks all the time, but you know, you just do what you can. Just hope you have a good day, and thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you later. See you, bye.